Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day is coconut water, and EB03 is finally on the sim, so I wanted to just play a few games with Vivi this morning. I'm still learning this deck, of course. These are brand new, there's a bunch of brand new cards as well, so I will be going over the deck list, and then we will have a few games. But please do note that both myself and my opponent may well be making mistakes in these games. The leader's been on the sim for 5 minutes, and this list is shamelessly yoinked from gumgum.gg. The player who played this was Jellybeans OP, very well-known Southeast Asian player. He was able to make top 8 at a CS over there in Southeast Asia with Vivi. So I've just yoinked his list as a starting place because it's clearly a very good list. And this leader has two things she can do. Firstly, if one of your base cost 4 or higher characters would be KO'd, you can instead just trash one card from your hand. So not only does that work by classic removal, things like a Silver's Rayleigh or a Marcus Mars, but this also works in battle. So if you have, maybe you have this Kobe on the board, your opponent swings 15 into 5, you go, okay, that will resolve, I'll trash one card to save him. Kind of crazy. Also, this works with blockers. Very cool interaction, right? You play out this Vivi, she says blocker. When you block with her, you can then trash one card to just keep her on the board. And in this way, your board becomes incredibly hard to take. However, you do only have 4 life, so I think one of the better strategies into Vivi is just playing Rush Face. Ignore board, because she can protect that very easily, which is where all these blockers come in, right? To stop your opponent rushing Face. Her second effect is an activate main. You can rest her, give something minus 2k for the turn, which is quite good, and then one of your dudes without a when attacking effect will gain Rush. Really a good callback to the old Vivi, and this design, man, I can't gush about this leader design enough. No matter how meta or not this leader is, the fact that you are effectively a non-attacking leader, but you can attack, it gives you so much more versatility in how you want to play the game. Some turns, you'll just want to play a 4 cost like a Kobe. You can't give him Rush, because he's when attacking, so you can attack with your leader. Then on the next turn, maybe you want to play something that you do want to give Rush, so you just don't attack with your leader. It just gives you more options, and I think this is the way they need to design these non-attacking leaders going forwards. Either like this or like Vegapunk, where their effect is just really, really good. Because the old ones, like the old Vivi, the old Iceberg, they're just not very good. And I really love this design. Anyway, moving on to what we are doing with this deck is you want to create a board, because it's so sticky, you want to create a board that does stuff. And as a result, we're playing 4 Kobe and 4 Cavendish. Both of these guys draw cards. Drawing cards is good. Fun facts. Kobe also just negates all your opponent's chump blockers, which is quite nice. A nice little side effect. But just the amount of dig you get with Cavendish and Kobe, because you should really see 1 on 4, you're playing 8 of them. It makes the transition into your mid and late game much, much smoother. Because you're just more likely to see the follow-up cards that you need. On the next turn, after we play out one of these, you're going to play Vivi. And what she does, this is a new card, 5/4 1k blocker. On play, you can play a 5 cost or less Straw Hat Crew or Alabaster type character from your hand. Then you can't play characters for the rest of the turn. And note, this doesn't exclude herself. So you actually can just go Vivi. The second Vivi won't resolve because of the cannot play characters part of the effect. But it's kind of nice that you can. So what are we looking to play off of this? We've got 2 real main, really good targets. You got the Nami. This one's a classic, you know, this from UP Luffy. Again, gives you more draw towards your top end to increase your consistency. And then we've got this new Nami, 5/7 brick, Alabaster Straw Hat. On play, you may give your active leader minus £5,000 for the turn, and then draw 1. Again, it's more draw. She replaces herself in hand, this replaces herself in hand. So even though you're playing 2 guys, or two ladies, you're only going -1 in hand, which is really quite nice. And then activate main, if your leader is Alabaster, which we obviously are, you can give something minus 1,000. Because your board is hard to take, you get way more value out of these like static every turn effects than another deck would. So it's really nice, and this can combo with some of your removal pieces on the next turns, like Ben or like Rayleigh. And of course, you're giving your active leader minus 5,000. We don't give a shit, because you can rest your leader and just give the Nami Rush, and it's a bigger swing, and you get the draw. It's a really good card in this deck, and one you're pretty happy to see on 5 or 6 pretty much every game. After that, we've got to transition into a bit of removal. We've got Ben, we've got Rayleigh. They combo nicely with Nami, they combo nicely with the leader effect. Sometimes they combo less than nicely with your leader effect. In that you have to use your leader effect, give nothing rush, and then play out Rayleigh or Ben to pop like a Chishigi if you haven't seen Yanami, for example. So that can be a little bit awkward, but it's nice that you still have the option, right? They're still good cards. Obviously, these are shit into Emu. It is what it is. We've got so much cycle between Cavendish and this Nami. You can just get rid of all the ones you see, and the ones that you see that you can't get rid of, well, you got a leader effect for that, right? It's really good. These are strong into Ace in the mid game, just for getting rid of their early plays, things like Jozu's, things like Yamato's, and also pretty good into Zoro to just clean up his board. Then, in terms of top end, we've got Pop Shanks. This is incredible into Ace. It pops their Whitebeard when combined with the leader effect. If you manage to get 2 Namis on the board somehow, you can use them, ping the Whitebeard twice, then play the Shanks, pop the Whitebeard, and then still give it Rush. And into decks that play like 10,000 power characters, got a game to Roger that showcases this quite well. This card is just ridiculous. It's a 10-12 Rush that carries a 10. That's insane, man. That is truly insane. Just wait till you see the Roger gameplay for a bit of that. We've also got Roger because, well, we're red. We're going to be playing Roger, right? He's very important into all the blocker decks. Ace, Emu. Even Zoro plays a lot of blockers these days. And our alternate top end is Kaido. This is okay into Emu, although generally I find I prefer the going wide strategy with playing out like these Vivis. But this being a 10-12 rush unit that draws 4, it's just like Mr. Value Town. Those 4 cards you can then use to defend your characters, defend your life, use your leader effect, or whatever you want to do with them. And then you've just got a 10-12 beat stick, which, I mean, there's not that much that's dealing with 10-12 beat sticks, let me tell you that. Final cards in the deck, 4 Otama. I'll be honest, this hasn't come up a lot, but you can combine this with your removal pieces, obviously, for a bit more range. For the Sanji, this does come up quite a lot, honestly. Draw into Emu, if they are deciding to starve you, you can play this, get an extra bit of attack, give him rush, play swing for 7, and you can take a life to give yourself more cards. And can also sometimes turn on your Roger in certain situations. If you either got the Roger on the board already, you can play Sanji to turn him on, or if you've got the Sanji on the board already, you can play the Roger and then use the Sanji. You know how it works. Also got 4 of this chopper. It's a nice little blocker 2k. It's a backup play off your Vivi. You can just play 2 blockers. The fact that he's 6k in your opponent's turn, it's not that big, but it's kind of nice. He's just a decent blocker that you can play off of the Vivi. And finally, 2 of the bad manners. We do play a lot of bricks in this deck. We play around 20, if my mind serves me right. It doesn't feel that bad. Between the Cavendish trashing cards, the leader effect being able to trash bricks to save dudes, and like your Nami filtering out bricks, it really doesn't feel like this deck is that bricky. So maybe you don't need these, but it is a nice sort of backup to have if you do end up drawing all your bricks. Maybe you don't play these Namis in the game. The bad manners can certainly come up. As I said, these are literally my first few games, so I'm not really confident in talking about the matchups into the big 3. It feels like Ace is probably your best of them because this Shanks is just an all-star in that matchup. Emu seems a little difficult, but if you do go second and you get like your god curve of Cavendish into Vivi over those 3 turns, 4, 6, 8, then the Roger can really clean up because you have a serious amount of aggression and they cannot deal with your board. They just cannot remove it. Zoro feels a little bit weird in that I feel like he should be good because he can force burn your leader effect and then also deal a damage most turns. But because we're able to go quite wide and we draw a lot of cards, the swings that you can counter out, combined with the removal, really keeping his board down. It didn't feel that bad in the games that I played today, but I don't know, maybe that is inexperience on both my part and the opponent's parts, because you got to remember, this leader's brand new. People are not going to have worked out the strategies into it, and I will visit Vivi probably in maybe a week, 2 weeks or so, with a bit more updated gameplay once I've got to grips with the deck a bit more, because I think this leader is a lot of fun, and I think she could actually be quite good in the meta when we eventually get her. Got to go into Roger. I think I'm going to try second out. We've got a Cavendish. That seems quite compelling. We don't have much else going on, but the Shanks should be good later on. So I think we'll try keeping this. He's got a Shanks of his own, but a slightly different one. Yeah, we've got no Tudon play, but having the Cavendish on 4 seems pretty good. He's got a promo Roger. We'll pass it over. I don't really want to play out this Sanji. Yeah, it's not really something I want to do. Not into Roger. Not into Roger, I think. I might counter with him, though. Just stay healthy early. And we'll go 5 here. And then just play out the Cavendish. We don't have to play for next turn, but Cavendish can maybe help us get there with his draws. Yeah, he did get the ramp on 3, which is good. He needs another ramp next turn and then possibly a Rayleigh the turn after. We'll go with our Cavendish and then pass it over. Probably looking for a Nami next turn, I think would be my ideal play. The new 5-cost one. That'd be pretty cool. Expecting here another ramp, maybe a Douglas Bullet, something like that. 6, yeah, we'll take this one. Another 2k, not bad. Don't mind a 2k. And then what do we got for 5? Mr. 2, sure. That gets destroyed by a lot of different things, but nothing in our hand right now. Let's go with the Cavendish swing. See what we get. Okay, it's pretty bad, actually. I don't think we need 3 Rayleighs. I guess we're playing another Cavendish, huh? Yeah, that's not ideal. I would have preferred if this was like a Kobe. That could have been pretty good, because the Kobe can just kill Mr. 2. He does take down to 2, though, which is always nice. And we've got another Cavendish. Expecting here either Rayleigh or Katakuri. If he doesn't have either of those, then his ramp's going to be bad. But you have to assume they do, right? Expecting one or the other. You know, we're going to 8 next turn, so we can use Rayleigh of our own. Just a bullet. Okay, happy days. No Rayleigh, no Katakuri. That's pretty big. That is pretty big. 8-6. Well, we'll resolve that and then just trash a card. I think I'll trash another Rayleigh, because I think we're only ever going to play 1 Rayleigh. But just being able to do that is really quite nice, right? We get out of an 8k swing into 6 for 1 brick. That's incredible. That's really, really good. He's going to swing 9-6. Well, I guess we're letting that go. I don't have the ability to really counter that. So we're just going to be playing Rayleigh here. I guess we bop the bullet and just swing the leader into this. Although that would mean the Cavendish can't swing. If we go with the Ben, we can still bop the bullet, swing the leader into this, and Cavendish does get to swing a 7. That's probably the better outcome, right? Yeah, let's go 5 to Mr. 2. He's never going to save this. I mean, you could, I guess, but I'd be very surprised. Then we'll go 7 leader, draw 2, trash 1. The Nami could be pretty handy. In fact, I'm tempted to play the Nami this turn. If we had the Vivi, I think I definitely would. Because it's only 1. Not just the bad manners. He'll give us a 1k here for sure. Or an event if he wants to do that. Just goes with the bullet. I think we will just continue to go with the Beckman. It's a nice body on curve. He's going to probably play Roger next turn. We can go Shanks, pop the Roger, give Shanks rush, and swing 12. If he does go Roger, of course. He might do something else, I guess. Yeah, we'll do this, blow up bullets, and then pass it over. And I'd definitely rather attack the Vivi into the Mr. 2 than give the Beckman rush and attack him into the Mr. 2. Because then he's vulnerable, right? And because our opponent's board is very clear, he basically can't take out our board. If this is Tank or Shanks, I really don't want to take this one. So I'll give 2k, 1k here. It's just Roger. I thought it would be, but you never know, do you? You never know. I will still attack with this, because we just get the draw, right? We just get the draw. I'd rather not have this Rayleigh. He can obviously just negate, but it's a draw 1, right? I'm not going to not do it. And it's like he can't take this out anyway, because we just go like this. Blow this up. Use this. Sure. And then swing 12 into 9, and that's 2k, 2k at the bare minimum, which is not nice after you play a Roger. Spent his whole turn, okay, Rad Beam's fine. But he spent his whole turn playing the Roger and still had to counter a 12k swing. It's kind of gross, you know? And we're still at 3 life. Maybe this matchup's just like giga good. We're taking that one. Maybe this matchup is just, like, insanely good. But, yeah. I choose you, Shanks. Cool, I guess I'll attack with the Cavendish again. We may as well. He's just drawing his cards, right? 27. We don't need 2 Kaidos. I choose you, Shanks. This guy's got to be upset. This guy's got to be upset. He's just removing everything and playing 10-12 rushes that KO a 10. That's insane. That is insane. Maybe Roger's just like a really good matchup. Especially if they don't... yeah. Yeah, this is the build that doesn't play Shanks as well. The forget who it was. Was it Jelly Beans that played this one? In one of the Malaysian tournaments or Thai tournaments, something like that? I think so. It's got like 4 Newgates and 4 of the new Rogers. That seems to just die to this. That's very funny. Very amusing. Not sure how much we can glean from that match because he did whiff the Rayleigh on curve. If he'd had that instead of that like bullet, I mean, we'd have been in a much worse spot, right? Because he'd have probably maybe taken out one of our guys, and he'd have had actually a guy, right? Because we wouldn't have been able to deal with that with just a Rayleigh. But regardless, that was quite a convincing win against Roger. Got to give him to Emu. I'm going to take second. I don't think that's good enough. I think we really are looking for a 4 cost. Okay, we've got a 4 cost. I'll probably just go with the Cavendish over the Kobe, get the extra draws. Seems pretty good. It's extra power as well. The Vivi's great. If we can find, like, anything to play off this, either of the Namis, I think we're actually in a very strong position here. The Ben is obviously useless, though, because it's Emu. It is Emu. Yeah, nothing doing there. That's fine, though. We'll see if he decides to starve us or not. That'll be quite interesting. He is on 3. All he can do is more searchers. What did he take? He took a 5 Elders. We know he has his top end. He's ready. He's ready to go. Go to the lead effect on the Nosturo. Looks like he's not starving. I don't know what's correct in this matchup yet. I haven't quite got that far yet in my testing. Kaido could be quite strong on the initial turn. Let's go 5 and then just play out the Cavendish. Not getting too much early pressure. Hopefully we'll find something to play off this Vivi. Really like to see a Nami. That would be brilliant. But it is what it is. He takes the first hit, which I think is a little crazy, but who am I to say? Who am I to say? Did toss one of each of these, so presumably he has something to do on 4, either Saturn or the Valkyrie. Otherwise, I think you take that over the 10 cost. So I expect we'll see a swing of 5 or 6 here. I don't think he would go 7. I think you want to keep up a Don for an event. So I'll probably counter the 6 with an Otama. We could go down 1 more just to try and dig more towards the Nami. We don't need our hand size to be small. I'll just take. I might just take. We'll see. We'll see what he swings anyway. Looks like he's doing a bunch of digging. Sure, it's just 5. I'm tempted to counter this 5. He's clearly not interested in starving us. But next turn he will be attacking board. Well, we got the Nami, so I'm glad I did that, huh? Yeah, I'm glad I did that. Sometimes rewarded. Another Vivi. Okay. I mean, that could be okay next turn, to be fair. We're going to go 7. If we draw the other Nami, would I rather play it? I don't think I would. I don't think I would. So do we go 6-6 or 5-7 here? I think I actually like 6-6. Let's go with this first. I don't need more of you. Jewish Peter. Yeah, I think we'll just go 6-6. Get some 2Ks out of his hand. Because you never know. Emu sometimes they're on like a 10 or 11 2Ks, and then these 6s can be a little awkward. But he does have 2 2Ks. And clearly has another one, at least one more Jewish Peter, otherwise he'd give them Mios Guard first. We're going to go with our Vivi into our Nami. And then we're going to place on bottom. We've got another Vivi combo, that's pretty strong. We'll go to this Rayleigh, and we'll get rid of one of the Bens, and then we'll pass. I think we're in a strong position, actually. Our board is looking good. Our opponent's board is looking good, too. He can attack with this, sack it off, do some stuff. 6 into 6. Absolutely not, sir. We'll go no blocker and give 1 Ben. Ben is useless. He's just not good in this matchup. And we will continue to defend this because this could be Mars, and we need to save the leader effect for the Mars swing. So we'll give up a no blocker. Kobe here. Kobe not helpful. This is Mars. This is Mars. Incredible. Saint Shalria. Attempting to destroy Cavendish. We'll go no. What are we going to toss? I think it's just another Kobe. I think it's just another Kobe. Then he might sack the Saturn here. But I think regardless, it's tricky, right? Because if we take this out... Never mind, he did it for us. He made the decision for us. Another Kaido is interesting. Another Kaido is interesting. I think we're always going Vivi into Nami here. So that's going to be 5. This is going to be 7 rush because we are going to use all the effects. So we can go 7. We can go like 5, 7, 7, 7 here. That's really quite good, actually. Yeah, let's go 5 with the Vivi first. Then we'll go 7 with Cavendish. Really are looking for that Roger. It takes the 5. Curious. Curious. We don't need more Namis. I think this is going to be the last Nami. Does have the event for this. We know he hasn't ever existed, but because we have 2 more 7s, we're already going to guarantee the block. I mean, there's nothing to switch the Dons with anyway, right? It's just... Yeah, it's just 7-7. He can counter one of these that never existed. He can block one. He can take one, 2k, 1k. He's got choices, but it is what it is. Like this. Do this. Minus here. Oh, that's a big one. That is a big one. That is a big one. Now that we have that. Right. Minus this. Give this rush. 7 here. We'll see. I presume he will block, but you never know. He's got one more turn where he is in a lot of danger. He's in a lot of danger. Might not even play a card next turn, honestly. Might not even play the Kaido. On the turn. We've got a blocker upright, which is nice. We've got a full board. We can just go like 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, depending on what happens. Because putting him down to 0 here is the most important thing. Getting him to 0 is the most important thing. He's got this for Nuss. Very nice. So he's going to have 2... He's going to need to play a blocker, though. He has to play a blocker here. So this is what, double... He's not playing a blocker? Maybe it's a char loss. Maybe it's a char loss. Reduces this one. I don't really understand the split. We'll go... We can't Mars. Just go 2k, 1k. I don't really know what's going on here. Otama's not useful, and we'll give it the Vivi. And then this swing, wherever it goes, I guess we'll go block Kaido. Maybe I should have just blocked Kaido to that one. Because he's going to want these Dons for events. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not... I mean, he tossed that. That's a good play, but I'm really quite confused about what he's doing here. I think we're just going swings, right? Just make them all 7s. We might even just win here because he doesn't have any Dons for events. Definitely toss this Kaido. So we can go 7, 7. Yeah, we can literally make all of them 7s. It's pretty strong. Our main goal is to get him to 0 here, right? It's our main goal. And then our secondary goal is get as many cards over sound as possible. Well, it looks like we might just win. Yeah, I guess he didn't have any events. Oh, he didn't have any events, didn't have any blockers. These Stussies are shit. They're really shit. To be fair to him, I think he made the best of what he had. We just kind of got him there. If he'd had like a Walkery, I don't think it even helps, right? If he played like a Walkery, we still have this crazy amount of aggression. He needed more events. How many had he seen? Only 2. This one was in, I guess, in the life? I guess this one was maybe in the life? Or this was the draw off the leader effect. He should have definitely kept at least 1 Don open, in case the life was like it never existed, right? I think some slight mistakes from our opponent there, but low-key, being able to keep your board for 1 trash, combined with this Cavendish, is insane. Good game into Zoro. I'm going to take first, I think. And we've got the Vivi. The Vivi should be good on curve, I think. But we have nothing really to play off it other than the Chopper, who's a little weak. Double Cavendish as well when we're on odds. Probably mulligan this one. Okay, it's an interesting hand. It's an interesting hand. Let's see. Let's see what we can do with this. Not really sure how this matchup should go. I think it should be quite unfavourable for us, though. Into Zoro. I think it should be quite a difficult matchup. Especially potentially with a hand like this. But we'll see, we'll see. I mean, we can at least save the Kobe pretty easily to start drawing cards. If we do just play that on 5. I'd prefer to do Vivi into something, but, you know. Here's what it is. He's got the Hiyori. Pretty annoying that we have to deal with Hiyori. Does show us a Koshiro. Not going to bother playing this Sanji. I guess we'll just attack the Hiyori. And then pass. We could play this. No, I don't really want to take more lives. We're going to be taking enough lives as it is. It's Zoro, right? It's Zoro. So yeah, I think that's fine. Verona. If he does just swing 8, we will obviously take. There's a Koshiro. If it's just 6, I'll defend the 6. The Koshiro is not actually that good into us, right? Because of Kobe. Yeah, we'll defend a 6. We'll give up this Sanji. Another Vivi, not really what I wanted. I mean, we can go double VVs, but I don't think I really want to. I think we'll just go 6 and then play out the Kobe. He should block here with Koshiro if he knows what's... I guess he doesn't know about the Kobe, to be fair. But yeah, the Koshiro is now dead. And we're going to save the Kobe by probably trashing... I think the Shanks is just a little bit too slow right now. Does have a Queener as well. No Toshigi though, which is lovely. No Toshigi's a real treat. So we'll see what happens here. The Rayleigh could be good in a couple turns here. Second, that's a lot of Koshiros. So we resolve and then use this, right? Yeah. We'll try to toss the Shanks to save the Kobe. And then we'll take this 8. Sanji's not too bad. I mean, this hand is wank. What is this hand? This hand's terrible. Excuse me. I mean, I guess we can just go double blockers with the 2 Vivi play out Vivi. Just so we have a bunch of blockers, right? It's not too bad. Or this can draw already, right? Because we only have 6, yeah. So let's attack the Queener. We'll destroy one of the Koshiros. He can rest the other one, right? That's kind of annoying, actually, to save... Yeah, he can rest the Koshiro to save the other Koshiro. So maybe we just attack face and destroy Kuina? It is what it is. I think we're going to have to chew through these at some point, so... You know. Yeah, we draw... Okay, Cavendish is not bad. I don't mind Cavendish. Is it better than just playing the Vivi? We can't give it Rush. We could give this Sanji Rush and attack the Koshiro. It's not the worst. Could go Vivi into Vivi. And then give... No, because we might as well just attack with the leader, right? Yeah. I think I will go Vivi into Vivi just to get the blockers down. So we've got 2 Dons. Do I want to just play out this Sanji? We could use him next turn. I'm not going to bother attacking the Koshiro, because Kobe can just destroy them. And he does take that anyway. Let's go Vivi into Vivi. And then we can't play any characters, so we'll just end the turn there. And I think I will just hold the Sanjis. It's fine. We can toss the Cav next turn, but we've got 2 blockers down now, which is nice. Blockers into Zoro, they're a weird mixed bag, right? But because he's got no board at all, it's not too bad a situation here. Perona does finally find Tashigi. We can remove it with the Rayleigh. It will cost us a little bit more than I'd like, because we have to use leader effect first. But it is what it is. And US down the Vivi. We'll go no blocker, resolve, and then we'll toss the Cav to protect. And then 10 to 5. We can block, or we can just take. I don't mind taking one more, I think. We've got Ben, we've got a Nami. Definitely going to be the Rayleigh. Definitely going to be the Rayleigh. Although, no, this protects the Shihigi from KO, so I guess it has to be the Ben, right? Yeah. Yeah, it has to be the Ben. Okay. We can attack with these. We could attack with these this turn. That's not too bad, actually. Could put 1 Don in each, swing 5, 5, 5 with the Kobe. Let's go 5 here, destroy one of the Koshiros. You can rest the other one. That's not really what I wanted. He does block there. Well, we definitely won't attack this. I think we will go 5, 5. Use leader effect. Unfortunately, we won't get to give the Ben Beckman rush, because we have to use the power down first. But it is what it is. I think just getting him down is worth it. Although this Koshiro is rested now, so we could play the Rayleigh. We could just play the Rayleigh. I guess it's better than the Ben, because the Ben's 1k, right? Yeah. So we'll go 4 into Koshiro. Five into leader. Presumably he'll counter this one. Yeah. Then we'll use this. -2 here. Give nothing rush. Go with the Rayleigh. Reduce KO. And the turn. Shame we don't get to give him rush, but it is what it is. The sequencing is just kind of... It's kind of shit. It is what it is. If we had the Nami in play, that would have been really good. But next turn we can play the Kaido, just draw 4 and give him rush, right? Which is very strong. And we've got a pretty decent board now. The Kobe's going to start drawing more cards. The Kaido is going to start drawing more cards. But we are in a position where it's going to become a little bit tricky. Cavendish. We could just go with the Ben, I guess, if he plays like, as he's played that. Getting rid of that does seem more important because his board is what scares me. His leader doesn't actually scare me that much because we've got these blockers down and we can protect them, so we can at least have double blockers later on. Yeah, we'll go resolve. We'll toss a Kaido to save that. And then, yeah, we'll take down to 1. But we are going to have to stop attacking with these VVs now, I think. Third Kaido. I mean, we've got all the Kaidos, I guess. 7 in hand. I think it is just Ben. Just kill the Cav to stop that from being here. And then we'll swing with the Kobe, the Vivi, and the Rayleigh. So let's just go with that. Get rid of Ben. This obviously... No, this can't... I mean, this can swing, but we could also just give Ben rush, which is better, right? So we'll go 7 with Kobe. See what he draws us. Kill off a Perona for a laugh. Got 3 2Ks now. That's not too bad. And then I guess it's 8-8, right? Or 7-7-9. I'd rather go 8-8 because he's going to take one of these anyway. And we'll get 2 2Ks rather than 2K 1K. And yeah, this doesn't work because Kobe hits base power. So we couldn't reduce the Zoro and then like kill it with the Kobe when attacking. That doesn't work. Oh, I forgot to put the Don on. Never mind. Guess we're bluffing a Don, huh? Fuck. Moron. Hey ho. Hey ho. But we should have lethal next turn if we can survive. 7. If we... What's he got? 3 Don. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can go 10-10. We can counter a 10. So we're good to just block this one. And I mean, we'll just let it go. We'll let that one go. Because his best play now is 10-10. No blocker, resolve, no trigger. Being able to protect your characters for one card actually is quite good in this matchup. Like, I know he whiffed the Tashigi, but we didn't really get anything early on either. We're going no blocker. 2k. 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 Then that should be the game. Yeah, our early game was a bit mid. His early game was a bit mid. Just being able to protect all your guys for just one random card out of your hand. Actually quite compelling. You know what? I was very much learning that matchup in that game, but that went a little bit better than I was expecting. I thought Zoro would be quite difficult. But, yeah, not sure. I mean, we took pretty much every swing he did. That was his first 10-don turn? Yeah, we counted one swing early. If he'd swung 8 really early, it would have been maybe a little bit more tricky for us. But, yeah, the Vivi playing out the other Vivi was quite good as well. Interesting. I'm sure I'll get more experience in this matchup as time goes on, but that was quite a good game, actually. Gonna give him to ace. I'm going to take second. I think one of the most important cards for us to see is going to be the Tenkos Shanks on curve. And as we can draw two, excuse me, 2 cards already, I think I might keep this hand. Because his Cavendish is going to start drawing cards, the Nami's going to start drawing cards. So I think we're in a decent position here. I do. Newgate, sure, if you like. Not going to play that. We'll just pass it up. Yeah, I think we really do need to see those Shanks so that we can remove those Newgates. That's an interesting one. I've not come across that before. Yeah, we'll take the 8. Riley's alright. He can help us deal with something on curve. The Vivi's really good as well. If we don't get puddinged here, I actually think we're in a very strong position. So next time we can go Vivi into Nami. Turn after that, we've got Rayleigh, which is okay to deal with his Jozu, whatever he plays out. I mean, we've got some interesting cards in this guy's deck. Not gonna lie. I'm a little confused. We'll give him the Sanji 2k here. Definitely the worst one. And I think I'll take once more. Definitely no trigger on that. Okay, well there's the Shanks. That's really important. So we've got our curve. This guy's got some wacky techs. I'm not really sure what to expect from these. But here we are. The rush is actually kind of annoying because we are getting beaten down a little bit. But we're going to stabilize here for sure. We've got the Vivi. Yeah, we'll deploy the Vivi. Deploy the Nami. Use the Nami's effect. Give this minus 5 million power. Then we'll do this. Give this -2. And then give this rush. Draw no timer there. That's quite good. I'm going to go 6 into 4. Draw 2, trash 1. I think next turn is always Rayleigh. We get to give him rush if this sticks around, which it should. If he Jozu's, I guess he could do that. I think we're just tossing the Nami. I think we do just toss the Nami. And if he saves this, I'll attack it again. If he doesn't, I'll attack Leader with the Nami, obviously. Oh, I could have given this another -1. I forget this is an activate main. What a moron. He didn't do it anyway. Never mind. New card syndrome, huh? New card syndrome. Cope. Excuse me. It does counter out. I really thought he would take that. Can't lie. Gives us a Yamato and a event. Pudding here would be rough. I don't want to get puddinged, but here's what it is. Regardless of where this attacks, we can go block, counter 1, or block. Yeah, we can just go block, resolve, and then trash 1 card. Definitely going to keep the Rayleigh. I think we do want the Shanks and the Roger, so I guess we can toss the bad manners. Because our bricks are all just kind of good, you know? The bricks are all just kind of good. It is pudding. We're attacking 5 into Vivi, I guess. No, 5 into 5. I give up the Kobe here. Didn't even attack with this. Did he use this effect? I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused what's going on here now. Regardless, let's start with Cavendish, because he'll give us more options. Rayleigh, he can get rid of Haruta, which is okay. Getting rid of the Haruta does deny him a little bit of value. But going with another Nami could be quite good as well, just to get more draws, because we need those Shanks. We really need those Shanks. I'll toss one of the Namis. We don't need two. We don't need two. He does take that there. Okay. I think I will go with the Nami. Another 2k is not really what I was looking for. We don't have the Shanks. I'm getting a little bit scared. I guess at this point we just want to force a lot of pressure. So we'll go 8k here. And then we'll give -2, give this rush. And go 9k. This. Do have 2 of these on the board, which is lovely. Does give us a mark and a thatch. Cool. We'll pass it up. Expecting event into Whitebeard. He's shown us a Whitebeard. He's tossed an event earlier. He's got to have it. The pudding last turn was pretty brutal, but we have sort of recovered. Did he play the wrong one? Did he play the wrong one? Is this intentional? Can't tell. Straight up can't tell. Let's go block, resolve. We can bring this down to 10. This is never in range. Just toss this. We don't need it. We need to draw Shanks is what we need to draw. 4-4. Yeah, I'll save this. That's fine. Sure. 4-4 again. Fine, we'll let it go. Ah, no Shanks, man. Feels bad. No Shanks feels bad. We can cycle with this. We'll toss a Cavendish and a Chopper. But we do get one of them back, right? It's not the end of the world. Can still go with Nami as just a blocker. The tax is low-key kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. I'm low-key a bit pissed off by the tax. I think we will. We'll toss a Cavendish and a Utama. Attack 6 on 6. That's not what I needed. That is not what I needed. We can just go Vivi Nami here, which ain't too bad. She has tossed the Rayleigh. Let's toss the Rayleigh. Go Vivi into Nami. Draw 3, bot 2. We'll get rid of Kobe and Ben. Could play the Kobe. I don't think I want to play the Kobe though. I think it's Kobe and Ben, yeah. So if we put him onto Roger turn, right? If we swing really large face, he will take. No question in my mind, he will take. But I wonder if we could have split with these. No, I don't think ever guaranteed with him having 3 cards, getting the extra draw as well. He'll have 12, 12. Sorry, 12, 13, 6. I mean, we can counter 6, so we're allowed to do that. So we can just go 10 face. He'll take this. And then we go for game next turn. Hopefully we don't see another tax gate, but to be honest, we can just go like 15 at that point. And then ping some like 6s and 7s later on if we need it. But yeah, the tax gate I think is just bad. But because we didn't actually draw the Shanks, I don't know. It's a weird one. Bounces on Nami. Okay. 7. Sure. Well, there's our Roger. If he decides to dump 2 blockers, we have that now. Which is something. Ezo. The rush ace. Bit of a weird ace build, this one. Can't fault him for trying some new things, though, I guess. 7. I mean, we're just going for game next turn anyway, right? So, yeah, he just leaves, sure. I don't know why he didn't play the new gate and went for the tax gate instead. To be fair, if we have the Shanks, he just loses if he plays this, right? Because we go ping, ping, blow it up, we're swinging 6, 7, 7, 12. He might genuinely just lose to that, and he's definitely not winning on the next turn. So maybe this was the way, just to get him out of the aggression. I mean, we whiffed the shanks anyway. Maybe he should have played off that after playing the pudding. Going first into Emu. Should be quite tricky. Vivi Nami is really nice on curve just to get 2 bodies, though. The Sanji could also be okay. I think I'll keep. I think because I have, like, the double play on 5, that is strong enough for me to want to keep. Grabs the Mars. Best card in the deck. It's crazy. Crazy card. Mars. Such a good card. We've got another Vivi. Sorry, another Nami. I think I will just swing 6 and then play out the Sanji. I'm not going to obviously use the effect this turn, but we'll probably use it on another turn. Maybe once we set these blockers up, we could use the Sanji. Maybe next turn even could be quite a good turn to use it. Especially if he does decide to starve, although probably playing this, I think might make him want to not starve. We'll definitely counter this if he has a 2k. Or an event. Yeah, as the Mios card. We'll play at the Sanji. This does seem quite good in the matchup, but we'll see. We'll work it out. He's not starving. I'm actually going to counter this one and then just use the Sanji effect next turn. So we'll give up one of the Namis. There's the Walkyrie. Expected it potentially to be as such. Then we will go 5, play out these 2, 7 with Sanji. We can maybe even save the Sanji, depending on what he does with this Walkyrie. If he blocks with it, I think we can save the Sanji. Okay. Takes that one. I don't want these Rayleighs. Let's just get rid of these Rayleighs. They're really bad in the matchup. And then we'll go 7. If he blocks, I think we get to save this Sanji now. Because he can Mars. But he's not actually going to get anything. So the Mars is kind of bad. The Mars is kind of bad. I guess the Mars can blow up the Sanji, actually. The Mars can blow up the Sanji. That's true. We can go block 2k here. And then he can only blow up the Sanji. But if we just let this go, we lose 1 card and the Sanji. If we block 2k, we lose 1 card and the Sanji. It's kind of the same thing, right? Unless he doesn't know. No, he must know. Yeah, we'll just let it go. We'll let it go. We'll let it go. Because he can just Mars it. He does Mars anyway. Does use the effect. We can decline, which is nice. I think I'll toss... The Cavendish could actually be quite good to start drawing us more cards. I think I'll get rid of the bad manners. What am I looking for this turn? Honestly, not really sure. Not that, that's for sure. I mean, we can play him and give him Rush, but I think I'd rather go Cav. Or we could go Nami again. Go like Cav Sanji, that could be quite good. Could even use this, give this Rush. Cav Sanji I think I like, actually. Let's go 5. We'll get a 1k here for sure. Yeah. And we'll go 6. How much do I want to swing? 7. I think I do, just to get the extra card as well. I mean, that's not a particularly useful extra card, but it is what it is. Now, he's on 8. He's still at 3 lives, which is a little scary. He's not used really any events either. So I don't think we're in an amazing spot, but our board is looking pretty good. 9 to 6. If he has another Mars, and we let this go, we lose the Cav. If we just save this, it forces him to play the Mars. And we lose a draw. I think I'm going to save this. We'll just toss the Rayleigh. It's completely useless. Yeah, if he has the other Mars, he can blow up our Cavendish now, or the Nami still. But at least force him to have it and to toss another card, right? Because Mars isn't just a 1-for-1, it's a 2-for-1. Doesn't have anything. Okay. Not sure what to make of that. He is going to 10 next turn, which is quite scary. We need to apply a good amount of pressure this turn, I think. And potentially look to draw towards Roger. So Nami is going to be involved. I think only Nami is going to be involved. We'll probably leave the Vivi upright. So we can look to go maybe 7. 5 for Nami. Can do 7 with Sanji. We can do all 7s. Leave the Nami up, leave the Vivi upright and the Nami upright. Let's start with 7 from Cavendish, see what he draws. Definitely toss Rayleigh. He's a lot of events here, though. I'm expecting a lot of events burned this turn. Yeah. Okay. Maybe he doesn't have as many events as I anticipated. Two cards. He doesn't have as many events as I anticipated at all. That's really good. There's Roger. We're not going to get him to 0, though, here. Which is somewhat scary. Let's bot the Cavendish and 1 Ben. Oh, no, we can take ourselves to 0. We can take ourselves to 0. Talking shit. Of course we can. We can take ourselves to 0. And we've got him to 1. We could actually be in a pretty good spot to win this game, you know? Nosturo is going to be scary, and he will have to use the Mars effect, right? There's that. Here's the Goons. Doesn't have the buff on his leader, which is nice. He's not going to be in that position. Saturn's going to do his search. We don't know much about his hand as well. Never existed. That's a good one. That is a good one. Mars comes next. How much counter do we have? We have 4, 5, 6, 7. We can probably save everything but 1. Mars should blow up the Sanji. No, he doesn't know that the Sanji is killable. He's trying to blow up Cavendish. We'll definitely save that one. We'll give up a 1k. This is the most useless card in our hand because we can't give it Rush. Ben, you can at least give Rush if you really want to. Where's this going? This is 8 into 4. Yeah, 8 to 4. We can save it from 9 into 4. I think we block this one with the Vivi. And then counter this one from lead. Could we ever go blocked? How many dons is he going to want to put on? I think it's 3. I think it's another 8. Yeah, so we're going to lose one guy. We are going to lose one guy. I'd rather it be the Vivi. And then we can just go block with the Nami. And counter out. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. 2k. 1k. And he actually used his leader effect really early. I think he should have used it after the summons. I think that was a mistake. So we're going to play Roger. We're going to use Sanji. That's the chaotic combo, I guess. And then he can't block. We've got, what, 5? We've got a lot of swings. Start with 5. He can't block with this, can't block with this. This should be a win, I think. I think just on the number of cards, purely. He definitely should have taken out this Sanji. If he'd taken out the Sanji, we couldn't have Rogered. So, a big mistake from our opponent there. Yeah, he could have just Marsed and blown this up. Maybe I should have been a bit more careful last turn and played a second one. If I'd played this alongside the Nami last term, but no, our board was full, so we'd have ended up playing over, like, the Cavendish. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. Yeah, I think we would have lost that game. If he hadn't just let us have the Sanji. Yeah. Why has my Jupiter gone back to a normal? Yeah, we should have probably lost that game if he played correctly, but do you know what? It's not that. It's kind of close. Kind of close. Yeah, fun game regardless. So thank you for watching. What do you think of the deck? What do you think of the list? Again, this is Jellybeans OP's list. I believe he has an X account with the same name. You can go and follow him there. If you want to see more of his lists and exploits. Deleted feels a lot of fun. I do really like this. I think this might, I don't know, this might become one of my main decks. We'll see, because this is obviously coming out after OP14 and half of EB04, which is a bit of a bummer for us in the West. But it's like ages, February, till we're getting this, and Japan's already had it for a bit. The release schedule is weird, right? But I do think this deck's fun. I do think she is also quite strong. I'd not be surprised to see this doing fairly well. I mean, she's had like a few flagship wins out in Japan and a few tops in CSs in Southeast Asia, which is cool to see. Doesn't seem as meta dominant as the big decks, right? But it's nice to see that she can compete because the deck's very cool. Again, go easy on both my play and the opponent's plays. These are literally my first few games of the deck. I just wanted to play some games today, and I thought I'd upload the gameplay so you can sort of see how the deck works. And I think we figured it out. It seems fairly intuitive, but the amount of card draw you get, it's really quite crazy. It feels very consistent despite having no searches. Hey, either way, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.